A small defense company recently completed a cybersecurity audit. Leadership expected everything to go smoothly. The company already had security documentation, vulnerability scans, monitoring tools, and RMF approvals in place. But during the audit, serious problems were discovered. Several critical servers were missing important security patches. Multi-factor authentication was not fully enabled. Former employees still had active accounts, and some security logs were incomplete. Now the company faces a difficult situation. The auditors are concerned the environment may not be secure enough to protect sensitive government information. Many beginners think failing a cybersecurity audit means the company instantly shuts down. But real-world cybersecurity is usually more complicated. Let's walk through what actually happens. First, the auditors document the findings carefully. Every issue gets reviewed and categorized by severity. For example, low-risk findings may involve minor documentation problems. Medium-risk findings may involve configuration weaknesses. Critical findings may involve serious security gaps that attackers could potentially exploit. Now leadership begins asking difficult questions. How serious are the findings? Could attackers exploit these weaknesses? How quickly can the problems be fixed? Could the company lose approval to operate? This is where cybersecurity teams become extremely busy. The ISO begins coordinating meetings across multiple departments. System administrators start reviewing affected servers. Security engineers analyze access controls and monitoring systems. Project managers begin tracking remediation deadlines. Everyone is suddenly under pressure. Now let's look at one major issue discovered during the audit. Several former employees still had active accounts with VPN access. This creates unnecessary risk. If attackers gained access to those accounts, sensitive systems could potentially be exposed. The cybersecurity team immediately begins remediation. Accounts are disabled. Access reviews are performed. Password resets are enforced. Monitoring is increased. Now let's look at another issue. Critical security patches were delayed on multiple systems.
Some updates were postponed because certain applications might break after patching.
This is actually common in large environments. Cybersecurity teams often balance security, stability, operations, and business impact at the same time. Now leadership must decide, can these risks be managed temporarily, or are the vulnerabilities too dangerous? Sometimes organizations create emergency remediation plans. Additional meetings may happen daily. Cybersecurity teams may work nights and weekends fixing problems. New scans are performed repeatedly to verify remediation progress. And this is something many people outside cybersecurity never see. Cybersecurity compliance is not just paperwork. It can directly impact contracts, operations, business reputation, and leadership decisions. Now, let's talk about another important part of failed audits: documentation reviews. Sometimes systems are technically secure, but documentation is incomplete or outdated. For example, a security control may already exist, but if teams cannot prove it properly, auditors may still mark it as a finding. This is why documentation becomes extremely important in RMF environments. Now let's imagine the company successfully fixes most critical findings. The auditors review updated evidence. New vulnerability scans are performed. Access reviews are validated. Monitoring improvements are confirmed. The company may now move toward regaining compliant standing. But sometimes organizations continue operating under increased scrutiny. Additional reporting requirements may be added. Follow-up reviews may happen more frequently, and leadership may require stronger oversight going forward. Now here is something very important many beginners misunderstand. Cybersecurity compliance is not about perfection. Even mature organizations still experience findings and vulnerabilities. The real goal is identifying problems quickly, managing risk responsibly, and continuously improving security over time. And this is why cybersecurity professionals spend so much time reviewing systems, tracking vulnerabilities, documenting remediation, and improving operational security. Next episode, what happens after ATO? How cybersecurity teams continuously monitor systems.